All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders at Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, pushing the work of truth and sincerity. So, I wasn't sure at all how I was going to try to do this video, but the name of it, I'm going to call it If Everyone Was to Go Crazy, We Know Why. Okay. You know all those people that took, you know, the inoculation, the yab, the jump shot, right? So this is what they have in their system, and I'm sure, brothers, ran into this information. All right, because there's an event that's coming up, and the brother Amon Gabar went into it last week. 10-4 message received. So it's supposed to happen next month on the 4th of this year. All right, there's articles on it. Um, so I fact checked that. Okay, so it's going to actually happen. All right, but Amon Gabar is the first person I heard it from. So yeah, so those people who took the the hokey pokey, uh, they injected something in their system, and this is what it is.
We think of copper as being a very electrically conductive material, but graphene conducts electricity even better than copper.
All right. So what I'm gonna try to do um, is leave it for you to figure out. All right. So this is what they injected themselves, and just like she said, rewind it back just a little bit.
Material, but graphene conducts electricity even better than copper.
All right, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All right. So I want to play this video next. The elder from Atlanta. All right, Tazwan, the elder of Tazwan. This bro sent this video, so I'm gonna play it.
Responding to comment 30 minutes is very suspicious. Why? This is in regards to the emergency alert system that's going to be tested on Wednesday, October 4th for everyone. At the bottom, I notice it says that the phone's alert will be accompanied by unique tone and vibration.
Apparently, this is for 30 minutes. Now I'm just seeing this shit, and now I'm like, oh, I see. All right, and I see why the spirit was on this brother to bring that out. Okay, because again, this next event that Esau's, this next catastrophic event, all right, it's gonna be some science fiction horror type stuff. Okay, it's gonna be straight out of a film. All right, and before I continue, as I'm listening to this brother, you know, just going into it, the movie that I thought about, which I'm sure you brothers should know about, is this movie The Cell, starring Samuel L. Jackson and John Cusack. All right, and the plot of this movie is almost very identical to what we speculate might happen. All right, now remember, you remember those individuals that took the yab, right? This is what they got inside them. All right, okay. I don't want to say it. Graphene oxide. All right, they got that inside them. Okay, so let's finish up with her.
Let's talk about tones and vibrations. This here is a Cyma 1000. This is the machine I use. It is the basis of an app and a website that I have called Cymatones.
So we understand that graphene is a better conductor than copper.
We think of copper as being a very electrically conductive material, but graphene conducts electricity even better than copper.
Now I want y'all to do y'all research. All right, what graphene is. It's used for many applications. All right, and the evidence that people took it is one of the side effects it it gives you. All right, which it has a magnetic sort of property to it. Okay, now y'all remember this when people was putting certain metals on their bodies. All right, they was putting it on the arms, their arms. All right, and it was sticking to it. Remember that? All right. This is just a little speculation with a little bit of conclusive evidence. All right. Because somebody could say nobody put that, they didn't put the graphene oxide. That's not what's in the shot. But you had physicians who came out with this information and they ended up dying somehow, some way. So let's finish this.
And it plays 5 resonant frequencies through this vibrating speaker. So this is tones and vibration.
It looked like the headpiece of a phone, by the way.
Just like the alert we were just talking about. And it's targeting different ailments or body parts to retune them back to a balanced and a harmonious energy body. See, our energy body's got all these different pathways, and if there's blockages in whether it's the water, because we're made of water, or in the energy pathway, then what that does is it causes a physical ailment. The physical ailments can be retuned by different tunes and tones. For example, here's my favorite, blood immune system, 328. So this is going to play 5 tones and incite a vibration so that your blood immune system is at a better state.
All right, now it's funny because Esau can use the same information. All right, the same information to do the opposite. She right here. She's naive. She don't know what's going on. All right, fully. All right, she knows a little bit, but it says, she's naive with this. Wouldn't this be amazing if these healing sounds would to everyone on October 4th during the EBS, the emergency broadcasting stream? I have reason to believe that they might send, this that signal off that's going to erupt these nanoparticles, which are graphene oxide. All right. Do your research on that. Because another one of the side effects from having graphene in your bloodstream is blood clots. What the blood clot, right? So again, just look up graphene and go into it. All right.
Closer to peak performance. Here we go.
All right. So they can send. We know this. They can send signals to alter your genome or mess with your because we made of water as she was going into frequencies, vibrations. They manipulate water too. All right. Also, this dude Klaus Schwab, okay, more conclusive evidence that this might actually take place is that the guy Klaus Schwab, remember what he said. All right, and he mentioned that they are preparing for an angrier world. All right, so let's see, and then I'm gonna go back to that the movie, the film Cell, and I'm gonna basically read the plot, and it lines up perfect with what's gonna happen. It's lucky if I'm drawing this out or if I'm all over the place. So let's see. All right, there we go. Y'all remember this? All right.
Probably increased by the end of the year, because this crisis will be with us until we really have found a remedy. So we have to prepare for a more angry world.
Right. So he said the crisis is going to be with them until they find a remedy. All right. And we know what their remedy is. It's nothing that's going to heal everybody, but it's going to be a global reset. All right, and these are technocrats of the highest order, and the technocrats are essentially scientists and uh, philanthropists who have money that have these draconian ideologies on society and how they want to run society. All right, a technocrat is, let's see, this is an exponent or advocate of technocracy. All right, I mean that's what he is, but let's see what technocracy. Because by the way, this is what society is living under the rule of, a technocratic order. All right, the government or control of society or industry by an elite of technical experts. Failure in the war on poverty discredited technocracy. All right, and these are essentially the scientists of the world. All right, it says technocracy is a form of government in which the decision makers are selected based on their expertise in a given area of responsibility. These the given area, all right, or their expertise is always been in eugenics. All right, their expertise has always been in eugenics. All right, and the New World Order is nothing more than natural selection. Okay, this is eugenics 2.0. Even their own Georgia Guidestone says it. You know, they want to reduce population. Bill Gates said it. I call him Klaus Schwabstica. You know, because these individuals are evil and they want the world to come to an end. All right, mainly our world, the world as we know it, and bring in their NWO, where they're ruling by way of the draconian law, harsh, very harsh law. All right, on the unsuspecting, you know, low class citizen. All right, and they mainly want to put the nation of Israel back into perpetual slavery, whereas they have control over our souls by way of a branding, the RFID chip, which is the MOTB. All right. So that's the remedy that they have. Okay. The expertise is what? Eugenics. Okay. So these are the people that's ruling the world. All right. It says particularly with regard to scientific or technical knowledge, this system explicitly contrasts with representative democracy. All right. So it's not we don't live in a democracy. When you see Bill Gates, excuse me, on the television talking about, you know, the V, all right. When you seen that, that's when you knew that the technocrats had took over. Give me a second. Give me a second here, real quick. All right, that's when you knew the technocrats had took over. All right. So let's go back. Okay. Let's see. The notion that elected representatives should be the primary decision makers in government, though it does not necessarily imply eliminating. Well, yeah. So there you have it. Technocrat is someone, or technocracy is the rule of law without elected officials. The decision makers are selected on the basis of their expertise in their area of responsibility. All right. And one of those technocrats is Bill Gates. And then you got this guy, Klaus Schwab, right? So listen to what he says, which is more conclusive evidence that 10-4 message received, that they might actually do what they're predicting that they might do. And I can't really say it. I don't want to really say it, but I'm going to read this plot from this movie because, you know, Esau deals with predictive programming. And he tells his stories, and he somewhat does his prophecy through certain movies. All right. It's called predictive programming again. So listen to this dude.
And how to prepare. It means to take the necessary action to create a fairer world, to see that we provide everybody with decent access to the health system, that we make sure that those people who are really left behind. And I'm not speaking only on national levels, I'm speaking for a more angry world. And we have to prepare for a more angry world. We have to prepare for a more angry world. We have to prepare for a more angry world.
Right. And what's gonna make this world angry? All right, because earlier for the last few weeks, actually, I've been thinking about this movie, The Crazies. All right, and in this movie, all right, the plot is that there's a military biochemical weapon that accidentally spills into the stream. I think the water streams, and it turns the people crazy, and people start killing each other. All right. Now the plot from the movie The Cell, which this is what the brother was actually going into, and he was going into it, explaining, you know, just basically through spiritual speculation. Being that people had put that graphene oxide into their system the last 3 years. All right. So the plot is from this movie Cell. All right. It says the plot. It says here. This is more shorter version. It says the film story follows a New England artist struggling to reunite with his young son after a mysterious signal broadcast over the global cell phone network turns the majority of his fellow humans into mindless, vicious animals. All right. Okay. So, and it's going back to, well, that's the predicted program. All right, that we suspect that they might put into play. Okay. A little bit more on it. It says his phone battery dies, so he calls Sharon using a payphone. An electronic signal, later dubbed the pulse, is broadcast across mobile networks worldwide, turning cell phone users into rabid killers. How else could they do that? All right, unless they had something tied to someone's bloodstream that is highly volatile towards electromagnetic activity. All right. It says escaping the chaos in the terminal. Clay meets some survivors in the subway car. It was a good watch. It was kind of low budget. It seemed low budget, but it was a good watch. All right. The plot was actually good. Okay, which you know brings me to to say, man, the next event might be some science fiction horror type thing. All right, which I believe it. It's possible. All right, it gets you out of that normalcy bias type spirit. All right, and what is this going to do with the world? It's going to drive the world into perplexity. All right, bewilderment, doubt, uncertainty, confusion. Okay, and the scriptures say that because what prophecy. First and foremost, we get our sources. Our source is the book, the scriptures. All right, and there's certain things that happen on earth that line up with the scriptures. Okay, and this might line up with biblical prophecy. Okay, so first precept is Luke 21:25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, and then nope, this ain't the first one. This ain't the first one. Slacking. The first one. The first one. Slug. The first one is actually 2nd Ezra 9 and 20. All right, or 9. Yeah. 2nd Ezra 9 and 20. It says, "So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril," meaning danger, because of the devices. All right, that word come into it. Now, a device is an ideal first, and it becomes something afterward. All right. Device. It says intent, desire. We know what the elite Edomite desire is, to depopulate the world. All right. At their best, these philanthropists, these scientists are eugenicists. all right, at their best, all right, express intent or desire, a plan or design, okay, a literary composition, all right, division, separation, disposition, wish, desire, coat of arms, emblem. You see, what do they carry? They carry violence as a tool. That's their emblem. Violence cover them as a garment, as the scriptures say. A bequest and a will, acting of bequeathing, a deviser, arrange, plan, contrive. And that's what they have done. Okay. So the world is in danger because of these devices, the intent, the desire, all right, that they want to bring. Okay. Going back, it says, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril, danger, because of the devices that were come into it. All right. And that's Esau, okay? Because he's the one that search out iniquity. He does a diligent search, as the scriptures say. And what? He's going to bring that chaos because of this. Revelations 12 and 12, it reads, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. How does he have a short time? Because the Lord is coming, all right, fast. And there's signs leading up to the Lord's coming. We are one in particular, all right? We are one in particular, all right? Ezekiel 37, Revelations 11, all right? Isaiah 60, gross darkness shall cover the people, all right? We're living in that time, okay? So he knows he has but a short time. So what? He has to come. He's coming down with great wrath. He's saying, to hell with it all. He's just going to bring all the chaos at once. Okay? All the chaos at once. This is Luke 21 and 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken, all right? And then the Lord is going to appear, all right? So, Salaki, Luke 21 and 25, and there will be strange signs in the sun, moon, and stars. And here on earth the nations will be in turmoil, perplexed by the roaring seas and strange tides. Yep. Because what's coming to this place is going to devastate it, okay? What's another good precept? 2nd Ezra chapter 5 verse 1, and this we know according to prophecy this was going to take place. 2nd Ezra 5 and 1, it says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. All right, so the masses of people are going to be, they're going to be put to death somehow, some way. All right, now we know it's going, there's many kinds of ways, by the sword, by famine, by plague, these things. And then what we're about to see is a plague. All right, it's a generated plague. But nonetheless, the Lord is giving Esau that power. All right. The most high Yahweh Shemel Shai will give them power, excuse me. All right. So, and we know this is Esau's MO. We know this. You see a lot of Jake take Esau for, his wits for granted, but this man is in the height of his blessing. He's at the end, and he's fighting for his existence, and he's fighting to eliminate you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And he's going to do what it takes. He's going to do it at all costs. All right. And so the scriptures talk about, he does a diligent search. Let me see. All right. So this is Psalm 65 and 1. Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. All right. What does insurrection mean? Okay. They're making insurrection against who? You. All right. It says throng in company, scheming. All right. A tumultuous crowd, company, insurrection. The Hebrew word is ragash. Salaki on that. All right. And it's definitely dealing with a crowd of individuals, and that's how they're coming. All right. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Okay, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, because all their counsels they deal in secrecy. All right. Why they deal in secrecy? Because if their plans were to get out abroad, then people will be in an uproar. All right, and their plans will be revealed, which they are through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Scriptures say how the things that Esau searched out. Of course, the spirit of the Lord. All right, starting with the angels. Okay, and we even used to say things in the spirit. We say certain things, and we'll say, we're saying this in the spirit. Because it's the spirit that reveals all things, man. All right. Who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. All right, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And that's basically what's going on now. All right, they're shooting in secret at the poor. All right, and the perfect. All right, and they ain't afraid of what might could happen. They're going all out, and I'm talking about, they use the term, what is that? Human crises, or man, I forget. Damn, how'd I forget? Well, was it human rights like violation, or something to the extent of that? Esau is on that level where he's doing, he's creating human rights violations through his planning, through his intent, through his devices. All right. So here it goes. It says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. This is the wicked. All right. Preserve my life from the enemy. I mean, from the secret counsel of the wicked. That's the Illuminati. Right. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune and lay in snares privately. They say, who shall see them? So you telling me that they wouldn't at all take a chance of, being able to dominate the world and live out their dreams of depopulation by slipping something into that inoculation, which is the graphene oxide? Do your research on that, okay? Because yeah, man, this ain't no joke, and if this is more conductive than copper, just imagine if that thing goes off for 30 minutes, because that's what they projected. I think that's what it is. It's 30 minutes they're gonna be running this thing. That's definitely gonna mess up the molecular structure of people, and those nanoparticles can go to work on people's insides, and that's gonna be scary. That's gonna be crazy. And again,
this is AP News Minute.
Let me see. No, that's gonna be crazy, man. All right, that's gonna be wild. Let's see. They might not let me go back to this. Yeah, I wanted to show you because they had it in London. Oh, but what the hell with it? Oh, here we go. So just imagine being in the cafe or at the bodega and your phone go off, but it's going off for 30 minutes, and you start seeing people act crazy. See everybody laughing and shit. That's all I'm gonna play on that. But yeah, check this film out. Look into that word, this word here, graphene oxide. All right. It should lead you down a rabbit hole. You ain't got to go too deep, but through spiritual speculation and throughout it to Yahweh Shemel Shine, the spirit revealing certain things. Whereas we can see the conclusive evidence. All right, we can see the conclusive evidence. And so with that, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I think that's all I had. I had a few precepts. Perplexity, the world's going to be perplexed. It's going to be mass confusion, mass deaths. Esau being, here it says, I got to finish this. Psalm 64:6. It says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. See, a lot of you Israelites, you take this devil as a joke. You think that he won't do the evil that he is destined to bring upon the earth. You ain't seen the devil in his full capacity. For years, I believe they have, been urging to be full on devil. All right. You know how in Dragon Ball Z, they transform from one form to another. Well, Esau has been ready and waiting and willing to transfer and urging to transfer into the ultimate devil that he truly is. Psalm 64:6, NLT, it says, as they plot their crimes, they say, we have devised the perfect plan. Yes, the human heart and mind are cunning, but God himself will shoot them with his arrow, suddenly striking them down. All right, because, man, I just feel it, man. I feel it. I know this brother was explaining, Amon Bar was explaining, what he felt, and I really believe the next event is going to be some straight out of a movie, man. It's going to be on some scientific, like I said, science fiction, horror type stuff, man. Lord willing, I ain't leave nothing out. I did have this movie on my mind for the last few weeks. The movie The Crazies. Check that out too. This ain't nothing but conclusive evidence. This dude, these people telling on themselves, but that goes back to this. All right. This is NLT, Psalm 64:8. It says, their own tongues will ruin them, and all who see them will shake their heads in scorn. All right. That's right. Psalm 64:8, it says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. All right. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of God, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord Yahweh and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. That's right, man. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I didn't want to go too conspiratorial, but these conspiracies, like the brother was going into, I'm on the bar, man. These conspiracies are real, man. This ain't no joke. And Jake want to take it as a joke, but this ain't no joke, man. This is not no joke. Okay? Let me see something. Let me see something real quick. 2nd Ezra 9:20. In GNT, it says, I looked at my world and saw that it was ruined. I saw that my earth was in danger of being destroyed by the wicked plans of the people who had come into it. Yeah, somewhat right. Yeah. Hey, so with that, Lord willing, this was edifying again. Until next time, I say shalom.